Hello and welcome to Cuesta Sports Monthly, an in-depth look at Cuesta College athletics. I'm Peter Schuler, and in this month's show we'll take a look at men's and women's basketball, and then just before we go, we'll steal a few minutes with Cuesta Athletic Director Bob Mariucci. Right now on Cuesta Sports Monthly, it's women's basketball. I'm joined with all-conference forward Madison Collins and freshman scorer Claire Garcia. So welcome, Madison. Welcome back, Madison. Welcome to Claire. Thanks for joining us here at Cuesta Sports Monthly. You guys are down kind of into the second half of conference play right now. How do you think the team's going right now?
I think we started really strong. We had 3 really strong wins. I think just closing down the season now is the aim of the game. We only have 4 games left, but I think we're definitely the underdogs.
Well, right now you have 3 teams which we've already beaten and Ventura on the plate, but you are playing those 3 teams on the road. So what does that take? What's the difference between playing a team on the road and playing at home?
Everyone has an advantage at their own court because you're used to shooting on your hoops and stuff, and usually people are a little more fired up, I think, to protect their home floor. So we just have to come in with the right mindset and be ready to play, and I think we'll take care of business.
Now you are going to play Ventura as one of the 2 ranked teams in the conference. You've just played Moore Park the other night, the #1 team in the state. What's it like knowing that you're going to go in and have to play those type of teams twice? Is that going to get you better, or does it kind of get you like, oh gosh?
I think we got our little taste with Moore Park the other night because we've already played them twice. But I think it's kind of a good thing because we played Ventura once and we know we have them coming up and we know kind of their weaknesses and their positives they have, so we can work that to our advantage. But I think it's a good thing because we have a chance to play a ranked team, and that just our IPI points can just go up with that. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, Moore Park's looking to break a 28-year string.
Yes,
with Ventura winning the conference, so I'm kind of rooting for the Raiders. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Now that you're done playing with them, you don't have to worry about them anymore. But Claire, you're here for your first year. What are some of the experiences you've had here at Cuesta College that kind of made your season so far, both on and off the court?
I like the way it started because we did a lot of like team building things and stuff, and that was really neat because I haven't lived here, so that was cool to get to know everybody and like get to know Slow better, and then.
They make you go on hikes and stuff and take you all over the place?
Mostly like beach runs.
Okay, that's beach runs are
like
fun. You don't have that in Chico?
No. And then the season's just been really fun because I like his coaching style, and like that's what I was used to before I got here. So it's been up my alley the whole time, and I love everyone on the team. We all get along great. So.
Now you took last year off.
Mm-hmm.
Now talk about that transition going from where you were then to where you are now, and that gap year.
Yeah, it was tough just taking it off because I didn't want to, but with injuries I had to. The transition was a bit hard coming back into the season, but I think I benefited from it, and I was able to play with these guys, which was something totally different, which I really liked, just their spark and their attitudes. But it's been tough, but I think especially getting back into league, I think I was better off taking that gap year, even though I didn't want to. But
now, when you came in there, there was a lot of sophomores, or a few sophomores on your team as a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
This year, there's just the 2 of you.
Yeah.
Basically, you and Maya.
Yeah.
So what?
And Cece.
Oh, and Cece. That's right.
Yeah.
She's my player. She's a wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. She's yours.
But what kind of a transition have you had to take? I mean, as a leadership role and all those type of things, have you had to been kind of like the old head to tell Claire, this when we go down to this road trip, this is what happens in this tournament?
Yeah, I think it's been, well, first off, I think it was really cool that we'll be able to we chose 3 captains, and Claire was able to become one of the captains being a freshman. So I think in coming back myself as a sophomore and having Maya as a sophomore, and then being able to share the leadership with Claire, I think I've had to take on a kind of more of a authoritative figure, which I don't always like to.
You're the bad guy.
I mean,
bad guy, good cop, bad cop.
Sometimes I have to,
okay.
but I think it's going to prepare Claire in the long run for what she has to do next year. But yeah, I like leading this team. It's been a lot of fun. It's an easier team to lead, I guess.
Now Ron's a vocal coach.
Oh yeah.
Now do you kind of I'd imagine it'd be tough for you to kind of lead when he's kind of going the whole time, but do you kind of find your ways there, and how do you guys run the program? Do you guys talk on the court and kind of bring everybody together? How's that leadership? How's your captainship work with such a big figure as a coach?
I feel like it's kind of more behind the scenes because he is so loud, and like if he says something and we say the same thing, people can get annoyed. So it's like, it's usually just like on the court, small things, or like at practice we'll tell people to pick it up, or like that we all need to work harder. And I don't think he sees a lot of it, but
yeah, he gave us the roles, but no, he I think with giving especially 3 people who have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of background in the sport. It's benefited the team a lot, but yeah, we kind of have to find our moments to put our opinion in there because we say a lot of the same stuff he does.
Yeah, so you gotta mix it up.
Yeah, we gotta mix it up a little bit.
So you're obviously, we talked about it before, you came over here from Australia. Now, are there any cultural things you're still working with here, or we're doing okay?
You know what? Before this team, I wasn't a big fan of hot Cheetos. Now, it sounds weird, but I didn't like spicy stuff, and I never really tried it until I met this team, and I eat them all the time now. I don't think that's a good thing.
But she still doesn't like spicy food. She'll sit there and be like crying, but
I still can't get used to like spicy food. You Americans just want spicy food all the time with everything. But not really. I just think the language a little bit is still, you just have to hear our practices.
Say Saturday.
Well, I say it's Saturday because it's easier than saying Saturday. It's too long.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah.
With that extra syllable.
But they've gotten used to me. They've gotten used to me, I hope.
Now, how about you coming down here? What was the biggest change for you coming from up in Chico? I mean, we talked about the beach, but.
I think the biggest thing was just like my friend group that I grew up with, and a lot of them were on my basketball team, so it was really different for me to play with a new group of girls because I've been really fortunate to grow up with a good core basketball group. And so that was different, but I'm an only child, so the moving away thing wasn't that big of a deal. I was already pretty independent.
You needed to be
that part wasn't too hard.
Make the move. Well, right now you got 4 games left. Basically, the way we're figuring it out is if you can win the games on the road against the teams that you've already beaten, you're in a playoff spot.
Yeah.
That's something we haven't done in a couple years here. And we had your freshman year, we lost Ron for the last half of the season.
Yeah.
Right now, Ron's down a little bit right now.
Yeah.
So what are kind of the things that you guys plan on doing to make sure you get those 3 games and into the postseason?
Well, especially with Ron, unfortunately being out right now, he's taught, like he's just ingrained in us is just fundamentals, and we know we have those skills. So we're just going again back to the basics of doing the same things we're doing. Right now we're 3rd, and I don't think anyone's contended us for 3rd right now. So just doing what we've been doing all year and just continuing with the team philosophy, I think, is going to get us that playoff spot. Yeah.
Well, I wish you guys both great luck. I will only get to watch you for one more game here at home, and that'll be against Ventura, so I'd love to see you guys beat them and knock them out. But we'll work on that one, right? I got 2 games ahead. Don't look ahead, and we'll see you then. So thank you very much for joining us, Madison.
Thanks.
Claire. When we come back on Cuesta Sports Monthly, we'll be joined by Coach Rusty Blair and his player, Joshua Wilson Murray, when we come back with Cuesta Sports Monthly.
This program.
Hello and welcome to Cuesta Sports Monthly, an in-depth look at Cuesta College athletics. I'm Peter Schuler, and on this month's show we'll be visiting with men's and women's basketball as well as Cuesta Athletic Director Bob Mariucci. Right now on Cuesta Sports Monthly, we're joined by men's basketball coach Rusty Blair and all-conference guard Joshua Wilson Murray. Welcome back to the show, Rusty, and welcome back, Josh. How are you guys doing today?
Thank you, very good.
You guys are in the heat of the conference season right now. Right in there, it's tied for 2nd place. How do you feel the season's coming along for you right now, Rusty?
Well, we have 2 subpar teams we're playing this week. However, those are sometimes the ones that get up and bite you. I know that we've lost the last 3 times that Oxnard's eliminated us from the championship run, so we have a very important task with the game tomorrow, not to let down and play down to the opponent's level. So it'll be a testing week.
Now, Yeah, of course. You're also on the road for both those games. Josh, is there something you do special as one of the sophomore captains to kind of get the guys keep that level of play up?
I just try to maintain a high level of energy and a high level of confidence within everyone on the team. Just it's going to be important with these next 2 games. Like Coach said, they're subpar teams, and we have to make sure we don't play down to their level.
Yeah, gotta always play to your certain level, whether they're good or bad. Rusty, this is, like we said, this is kind of a big season for you. Collected win 500 just a few weeks ago against local rival Allen Hancock. Go reflect on your last 27 years at Cuesta College and what it means to reach a milestone like that.
Well, it means that I've had very good players. I've had very good coaching. I've had good administration that supported me, and I've been here for a long, long time.
Now, you've been here this is the 54th year of Cuesta basketball. You've been here for exactly half of that.
Correct.
Prior to your arriving, the program was well under 500 for decades. And you've actually turned it the last 5 years, for the last 54 years, as now a winning program.
Oh.
So that was kind of an interesting stat that I found. But, so when you reflect back, talk about some of the players. I mean, the first 25 years. Now Josh is here. I know it's all going to be Josh and these guys right now because that's where your mindset's at. But some of those guys over the past 25 years that really kind of helped that program out.
Well, starting back in 92, 93, 94 seasons, my recruitment was mainly geared, in fact, 100% geared at local kids. And it was very difficult that time, program not having a good name, to attract any of the local athletes. We had 92, 93 was a very good year for athletes here, and I went hard after all of them. And I can remember visiting one of the families, and they go, "Why would we come to Cuesta College?" I said, "Because you're going to start something very good." And we did start something very good. We had 2 really good 20-win seasons. I think their first season as freshmen, we started the season at 15-0. So we really had a great run of kids. And from there on, people were seeing that because all those players, every single player went 4-year. 5 of those went Division I. So when the locals started seeing that, they were attractive to come out. And that's how we began our program. It wasn't with the Europeans, but we certainly turned that way because as the years got down, kids were looking to move out of St. Louis. They just wanted the experience to go somewhere else, whether or not they really actually could play somewhere else. They did. So we had to look to another source of getting our players in that played our style, my style of basketball, which is really team basketball, passing, no individualized play, but really working as a team. And that's when we went to expand to our European players.
Now we have Josh here from a local product here, Josh. And of course, your assistants, Casey Blair and Raj and Alex Engel, have been working with camps and local kids. Do you think the play of an all-conference, starter like Josh, or the camps are going to start bringing more of those local kids in, or?
I hope so, but the kids are very reluctant, especially local kids, to even approach and to talk to the coaches at Cuesta. I'm not sure if that's the same for all the programs, but it is for basketball. We're not a basketball-rich county, and I think that the really good ones are assuming that they can get out and they can make a name for themselves. We've had a few in the last few years that have got out and done well.
And Josh, what do you think about that? About kind of you being the Pied Piper here and bringing some of the local kids here?
It's different being on a team with a bunch of guys from all over the world, but I enjoy it because it's just expanding
your cultural
boundaries, exactly. It's just everything. Maybe if I want to travel later on, I can go see one of them, and it makes things kind of nice. But as far as the locals and why they don't come, I think Coach kind of nailed it on the head. It's just not a basketball-rich county, and the ones that stand out want to go farther than home.
They really stand out, and those other coaches say, "Hey, there's somebody over here," right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whether they're right or wrong, that's what they want to do.
Now you're in your sophomore year. You had a great first year last year. What are some of the things that you tried to develop last year? And what's with all the rebounds? Are you doing a rebounding monster?
Well, I mean, after Noah left, kind of had some big shoes to fill there at that 40-inch vertical of his. So, and kind of in the beginning of the season, I was struggling a little bit with my jump shot, so I had to pinpoint some other things to make sure I was still as effective and productive on the team. So I kind of got a hankering for the rebounds, and it's working out well, and shots starting to fall a little bit here and there, and it's feeling pretty nice. I like it, being a rebounder.
That's great. It's fun to watch you get the double doubles and now you're kickstarting fast break rather than having to try to lead
Exactly.
it and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things that's different about this team. And I've been here for a long time too, Rusty. You know that. But this is a unique team for you, where you basically have a 3-point guard rotation. And I look back and I think about the guys who were point guards. I mean, maybe Mecklin Davis or Charles Thomas, who were leading scorers and point guards, but they were just basically your best athlete.
Right.
But so the changes this year and a lot of things is just having those 3 guys who can bring the ball up, run the offense, and score. And so how have you kind of adapted with that? What with this kind of personnel?
Keep them on the floor for a long time. No, it's been a really good experience for us because, as I said, if Josh has got the ball, he can move over our off guard, and the 2 can move over to the 3, and it's interchangeable. And most of our offenses aren't just one pass, stand, and shoot. Is mainly to move the ball. It was kind of interesting because last week, one of our players had asked us if he could add something to one of our offenses. And the day before, I believe it was the day before, we went and put something in. We ran for almost 40 minutes against Moore Park. They had no idea what was going on. So sometimes it's good to have basketball IQ from your players too that are willing to contribute. And as coaches, we're always willing to learn and to accept different plays and different ideas. A lot of my plays that I have, inbounds plays, are all I'm going to say copied from other programs. It really worked good. Why not call it something else and run their program? So it's been a really good challenge for us. And as I said about Josh here, he at one time or another was relegated to the bench, not because he couldn't play, it's because I wanted his dynamics to come off the bench after like 5 or 6 minutes.
Josh, we know you are a high energy player, aren't you?
Got a lot of it.
Now, when you get in those streaks, I've seen you now. You were struggling a little bit early in the season, but right now you're catching fire, and you can see in your eyes, and you got that quick shot, you're getting it off. You really feel that out there, that this is my time right now?
I mean, I wouldn't go as far as my time, but like I definitely feel the confidence coming back into my game, and I'm also trying to make a lot better decisions as an offensive player as well, because that's something I also struggle with, was making decisions, taking quick shots here and there. But I feel like I'm getting a little more patient and doing things more within the offense for the team.
Well, real quick, what's next for you?
Hopefully just move on to a 4-year school on a scholarship, and I have no idea where that's going to be yet. Hope get a couple interests from a couple schools, but I'm going to wait until I fully decide on where I want to go.
And Coach, we're at year 27. What's the future of the program looking like?
I think it's in good hands. If I turn away, I'm going to have my assistants try to take over the program. Whether or not that's going to happen or not, legality-wise by the school, it was something I'd like to do because I've had my assistants with me. They're all former players of mine. My son's been with me for 11 years as assistant coach, and he's ready to go. He's ready to progress the program.
All right, we'll keep the program running. That does it here for men's basketball here on Cuesta Sports Monthly. When we come back, we'll visit with the women's team. We'll have Madison Collins and Claire Garcia join us here on Cuesta Sports Monthly.
Cuesta.edu. Television, radio, broadcast, communication. Explore the world of digital communication and tap into your creative genius. Television, radio, broadcast, communication.
This is your boy, the DUI, and you're listening to KGUR.org.
Your digital future is at Cuesta College right now. Log on to Cuesta.edu now for enrollment dates and class information.
Don't get the boom in this shot. Blowing it, bro.
Cuesta.edu.
Hello and welcome back to Cuesta Sports Monthly. I'm Peter Schuler, and I am joined by Cuesta Athletic Director Bob Mariucci. Bob, welcome back to Cuesta Sports Monthly. Always good to have you here. What's new with Cuesta College right now? What's going on with the athletic department?
Well, thanks for having me, Pete. Enjoy being on the show. we're kicking off our spring sports right now. I mean, we got baseball and softball, a couple rainouts already, and track and field and swimming is underway. Have some really good numbers in those sports, so we're pretty busy right now. And then also in the midst of our basketball season, as you just alluded to with the student athletes here.
Oh, we got a lot of basketball talk today.
Yeah, no, that's great. And both of them are on a little momentum run right now, so we're hoping to finish up the season strong and make a run at the playoffs. So
Yeah, we had a great talk with Madison Collins coming from Melbourne, Australia, and Claire Garcia from Chico, and we had Josh Wilson-Murray. He's a local guy. So what are some of the things that you think Cuesta College offers students? I mean, we have such a diverse group here. What are some of the best things that Cuesta College can offer to students here in San Luis County?
Well, Pete, I look at our athletic program. I mean, as a whole, you interviewed a couple great kids today, and I look at all our student athletes as just, great. They exemplify our program, and I see athletics as an integral part of this college. I feel personally, a lot of pride in our athletic programs and the kids that we produce and the coaches that we have and the commitment that they make. So all that, as far as Cuesta athletics being unique, I just think we do a tremendous job of promoting our student athletes and getting them to the next level or attaining their goals athletically and academically. I'd say that we, as a coaching staff and a department, stress academics first, and I think we're an incredible academic institution, which is appealing to a lot of people.
And the numbers show that, because we do have more athletic academic awards than any other college.
Numbers show that, yeah. And you can say that just today we got the news about the two young student athletes that were named to the state honor roll, and so with that, I'm proud of what we do athletically, and I think our community is, and our college. So.
Now, what do you think about what it means to the Cuesta College larger community, having a school like Cuesta College? It's so unique and has so many
well, yeah, and you look at the community. I've been here 18 years now. I mean, it's quite a stint here, but I enjoyed every minute of it, and I've seen that rich tradition and history of Cuesta College in this community, and it's unmatched. I mean, I'm just telling you, it's tremendous on what Cuesta has done for the community, and I looked at different areas too. You look at community programs. Every kid in this town has taken swim lessons sometime over the years, or aquakinetics and adult enrichment classes. And then you look at the performing arts that we have here at Cuesta College, and again, as I just mentioned, the strong academic reputation. I think along with Cal Poly and Cuesta College, we're the stalwarts of this community, and we do a tremendous job of providing a great education for students.
Well, here's a question, a little bit on a personal note. I mean, as you talked about being here for 18 years, all three of your daughters came through Cuesta College and were athletes here at Cuesta College. What does that mean to you as a parent, not just an athletic director, as a parent, to have them come through here and all have success here? Yeah. Well, actually,
yeah.
Olivia didn't make it here, but the first two did, and they had great success. So what was it like as a parent?
No, I would say that. Our goal for students and student athletes here at Cuesta is to give them the best, most positive, rewarding experience they can as a student athlete. And when my daughters came here, it was an upfront, personal type of thing, and I saw them, how they got along with the coaches, and how they could enjoy this time here was heartbreaking. It was awesome, and again, it was a different perspective as a parent. And I felt good about what I do as an athletic director, and what you guys do as you had Haley on your water polo team, and she wouldn't trade that in for the world. And Taylor ran cross country for Brian. So I'm just saying it was a tremendous experience, and made me proud of what we do here. And I treat every student like that. I want every kid to have that same experience as my daughters had. So.
Yeah, I think there was Haley or somebody who said that they'd wish Cuesta was a 4-year school.
Yeah,
I think there's Bob Miller's daughters right there.
Yeah, that's not funny. In fact, one of the things, it is such a great institution, great college and experience. Kids do say, "I wish it was a 4. I wish I was here a couple more years," because they don't want to give it up. And we do a lot in a 2-year period. I mean, we only have these kids for 2 years, and the feedback we get from kids, and you get this with your women's water polo team, but the alumni water polo and just the people that you stay in touch with and the positive experience that they've had, that's just huge, and that's what makes our job rewarding, is when you can have those relationships with those kids into the future.
Yeah, we have some amazing kids, and it's fun. I was just talking about Rusty with some of the players that he'd had in the past. I mean, after 27 years, these players have helped build his program, and they're local kids.
I'm still friends with Oscar Pedroso in Spain.
So what are some of the things with Cuesta College, as a community college? What's so important about having a community college with community support here in Cuesta College?
Well, you know, you look at our community.
We talk about the bond and the community programs and the outreach here.
The Cuesta Promise I was going to get into a little bit early. You know, as far as students coming to Cuesta College, you know, our community is, you know, those kids come here to go to school. But you know, every time I reach out to the community for whatever it might be, if it's fundraising, you know, need for support or help at games, or you know, people coming in attendance to basketball games, it always comes around and just so supportive. And again, I would say the same thing for all the institutions here, Cal Poly, the high schools. You know, this county is amazing support to our educational institutions.
Yeah, it's been a little tough with the rain, but it really is a group that will come out and go to the games and go to the fields and likes to be. It's a great place to be outside to watch a Cuesta baseball game or some of those things. And it's a, you know, you work with the Booster Club a lot. And what are some of the things that the Booster Club might be doing?
Well, that's a great group of people to work with too. And again, you know, over the years we've had several different types of fundraising and smoked chicken and barbecues at the every month, but raffle prizes and giveaways, and they're always there for us. I mean, you know, they're always there with requests from our coaching staff that we can't afford. They're there for moral support and just a great group of people to have in our corner. So I've always enjoyed that relationship. As you know, the people that we have and the boosters are amazing. So I appreciate what they do for us.
And let's talk a little bit about your coaching staff. And we won't get into women's water polo coaches at all, or any of our water polo coaches. But the fact that you've been here for now 18 years, and you, other than one sport where we had a little bit of struggle, nobody's really left Cuesta College. You've had people retire and people leave, but what is it about working at Cuesta College where these coaches, Rusty's here for 27 years, Bob Wilson at soccer has been here for 24. What is the thing that brings these guys and just gives that you can kind of get those guys and get them passionate about what they're doing?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that's why I've been here 18 years too. I just think it's the culture that we've created here that was here before I came here, and we just can maintain that culture of what we do for student athletes. You know, stressing academics first and athletics, and the success we have on the court is amazing. I mean, I'm just saying it's fun to be a part of, and it's why would you give this up? You know, we do a great job. We love what we do. We love coming to work. We have a family atmosphere within our department. So I guess when you stay that long, it's because you're having fun. You know what I mean? And that's a big part of life right there.
Yeah, I think so. And now last couple of questions, but the first one is, you know, you've been here for 18 years. What is the best change you've seen at Cuesta College and or been a part of at Cuesta College?
Wow, that's
a
change.
tough one.
Yeah, no, yeah, not, you know, change. I think I take pride in the fact, like I just said, you know, the culture that we've created. We've have success, and we don't need to change. You know, I mean, we have good success, so let's just keep that ball rolling. And like I said, a consistent coaching staff and a consistent staff to help student athletes makes it easy, you know, to continue that success. And you know, changes, like I said, sometimes change is good or whatever, you know, but I'm just saying we really do, you know, we try to be progressive in doing certain things, but we're on a good roll right now.
Let's keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Pete.
That does it here for Cuesta Sports Monthly here. Bob Mariucci, Cuesta College Athletic Director. That concludes this edition of Cuesta Sports Monthly. We'll like to thank our guests today, Madison Collins, Claire Garcia, Joshua Wilson Murray, Coach Rusty Blair, and of course, Bob Mariucci. Cuesta Sports Monthly is filmed here at Cuesta College as part of the Film, Electronic Media, and Television class. We'd like to thank you very much for joining us here, and we'll see you next time on Cuesta Sports Monthly.